let's do heroin. No needle mark there.
That is Roxy right here. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, God.
Kicks Country now presents that new TV game show, Truth or Cow Pie. Right here we have the program director from that other country radio station to answer one question. And if he answers it wrong, he gets this cow pie straight in the face. Let's go. Does your radio station play at least 12 songs in a row every hour? Well, of course we do. Wrong. Remember, if you want 12 great country songs in a row every hour, only one Tallahassee radio station gives it to you. 99.9 Kicks Country.
In 1974, I was a disc jockey. I was using the name Billy the Kid. I was working at a radio station in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I was using Billy the Kid. Boy, I was bad. I had these dreams. I've had all these dreams. I knew I could run a radio station. I knew that I could, from what I had learned in that short period of time, I started when I was 15, I knew that what I wanted a radio station to sound like and what I thought people wanted to hear, and I liked music, and I knew this, and I knew I could do the job. But I just didn't have the voice, because I had a real high voice. I was from Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was like this. So when I was, in 1974, I got laryngitis. And I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk on the air. I called my boss. I was working from 2 in the morning to 6 in the morning for $90 a week in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He was very happy with that. I said, that's where I'll always be. But, and this is how it all happened. I got laryngitis and I couldn't talk. And I called the guy and he says, you have to come in. Because there's nobody else to work. Just punch the records. Don't have to say anything. So I went in, I punched records for about an hour, and it just really drove me crazy. I found out that even when I had laryngitis, if I took my voice and I pushed it up a little bit like this, it came out, I had some kind of voice in there that was a little bit stronger, even though that I had some laryngitis. And I noticed when I started talking like this, that I started acting a little bit crazy. So I went on the air and I started talking like this at WFLI in Chattanooga. And as this lady called me, she says, "Is this a wolf man?" And I went, "No, ma'am, this is not the wolf man." And she said, "Well, where's that Billy the Kid?" And I said, "Well, he's over here right now. I've taken over the microphone." She said, "Well, what's your name?" And I'll never forget it. My God, it changed my whole life. I said, "Wolfman." God, Wolfman. I said, "Birdman. My name's Birdman." She said, "Well, what's your second name?" Because there was Wolfman Jack. So I said, "Wolfman." I said, "Birdman." And I said, "My name is Birdman Barney." And that was my original name. And for the next hour on the radio, I went on WFLI, Chattanooga, "Birdman Barney here, filling in for Bill, and we're having fun, and we're naked, and come by, and bring us food and beer." And I said, I couldn't believe what I was saying because I wasn't that as lucky because I have that on tape. I have that on tape for some reason. I taped it because I wanted to hear what it sounded like. But anyway, my boss fired me. He called me on the hotline. He says, "I can't believe what you're doing. You're fired. See me in my office." And I went, "Shit, God, I'm making $90 a week. I just lost my job. I'm 20 years old or whatever." So the next day, he got me his office. He said, "You're fired." I can't believe what I heard on the radio. What would possess you to do that? I said, "Oh, no, I learned Jarvis. I just found out that I got this little voice. I pushed it up there and did this. Shit, what's the problem?" So he said, "You're fired. Get out." So I turned and I walked and God, my whole life changed in that hall. But I walked in the hall and he said, "Hey, Birdman, you want a job?" And I turned around and said, "What?" He says, "I want you to go on tomorrow night at 6 o'clock at night and I'm going to pay you $180 a week." And from that point in my life to up here, man, I've had a blast. This has really been great because I have been living a dream. Mr. Lou and I won Air Personalities of the Year when we were in Panama City. People say you guys set up jokes. We don't do jokes. He and I are in there, and we have a damn blast. I look forward to being there tomorrow morning, and if people want to listen to that, that's really neat because we just have fun.
The time I ever met Birdman, I was with my boss, Kerry Lambert. I had just met Kerry Lambert, so I didn't know him real well. I didn't know what he was all about, and he introduced me to Bill Thomas, and it was Birdman. And it was my birthday. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. And this, by the way, is probably one of the wildest times I've ever seen with Birdman. I didn't get a chance to hang with him at night too often because a night was a morning. We got home when the sun came up. But we went to a Fridays out on Highway 280, and it was my birthday. And my birthday was going to be happening at midnight the following day. And we went out there, had a few drinks, and Birdman showed up and introduced me, a handshake, hey, this, that, and the other. And, of course, I'd only been on radio for a while, so I was a little intimidated. I'd heard this huge story about, how great Birdman was, this, that, and the other, and he was a legend here. And still is, obviously. And we started drinking. He said, so it's your birthday? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I got a gift for you. And I thought, I don't even know this guy. Who the hell is this guy? I don't even know him, and he's already got a gift for me. And Kerry Lambert kind of put his head down in his face and said, oh, no, here we go. So Birdman got up and left and was gone for, I guess, probably about 10 or 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm looking around and waiting to see if there's a stripper coming in, a birthday cake, whatever. Birdman came walking out of the bathroom at Fridays, and you have to keep in mind it was Sunday night. My birthday was on a Monday. It was Sunday night, and that particular Fridays out there, there's some churches out there. It's kind of a church crowd. It's kind of an older crowd. And Fridays is kind of a random restaurant, okay? And the place was packed for some reason. It was about 11:30. He came walking out with nothing on but his underwear out of the bathroom at a Fridays. Came waltzing by the smorgasbord, the salad bar, with nothing on but his underwear. He had these grippies on. Didn't even have boxer shorts, had grippies. He had them pulled up his butt, all up his butt. You could see everything. You could see his hair, his nuts. It was nuts. And he had a roll of toilet paper that was hanging out of the back of his underwear that was about 20 feet long that was coming out of the bathroom, and it was burning on the end. He had lit the toilet paper and came out and sang happy birthday. And I had just met the guy like 10 minutes earlier. I didn't have a freaking clue what it was all about. And it was one of the most, it's hard to embarrass me, but I was embarrassed, and I was crying, laughing, and Lambert just, he was just, it was weird. But he came out and had the belly going, and had the toilet paper hanging out his butt, and it was burning, and it was smoking, it was like hot fajitas, whatever. Came out and sang happy birthday, and of course everyone just dropped. Their mouths dropped, and everyone was just kind of looking at him. Turned around, went back to the bathroom, came back 10 minutes later, and denied it all.
I've got cancer. I found out about 2 years ago. 2 years ago they treated it and it went away, and then it came back. Cancer does that. And everyone is really, I've had a lot of people get uptight about this thing. The cancer doesn't matter to me. It is something that I've got to deal with, and it's not really in my hands because I believe that there's a higher power that's always had control of my life, and he's got control of it now. It's in his hands. Whatever he wants to do is going to happen, and that's fine. I don't have to worry about it. I don't lay awake at night. I say my prayer at night, and I say, God, deal with this because I'm going to go to sleep. So he deals with it, and I wake up in the morning, and, this is not, I honestly believe, my final ticket. It's not something that's going to kill me. There are people that have cancers that are totally out of control. Mine, luckily, is in an area where it can be dealt with, and I can name you specific instances where God is working in my life. And I'm never going to go stand on the street corner and preach. It's not me. But I do believe in a higher power. And he's helped me out with this big time.